feel like you're stuck on that hamster wheel, with YouTube, churning out content, but the views just aren't turning into what you want them to, income. It's like you need a bazillion subscribers just to, make a dent.
Yeah, it's a common thing, for sure. You're definitely not alone.
That's why this whole, this deep dive is so fascinating, at least to me. We're going deep on Sunny Lenarduzzi's whole blueprint for building that YouTube income, consistent YouTube income. And get this, even if you have a small audience.
I think what's refreshing about her whole approach is that it kind of flips the script, on the whole go viral or go home thing.
Totally. Forget needing a zillion views. So Sunny's strategy is all about attracting those right viewers, which I don't know about you, but it really changes how you think about creating the content in the first place.
Yeah, it definitely challenges the old YouTube playbook. She's really big on reminding us that YouTube isn't just cat videos and makeup tutorials. Right?
Yes.
It's actually the world's second largest search engine.
Wow, yeah.
Which is crazy to think about. Over 3 billion people using it to learn new things every single day.
See, that's mind-blowing. So instead of just trying to game the algorithm for those fleeting viral moments, she wants us to treat YouTube like, a search engine.
Exactly. I mean, think about it. When you need to learn how to do something new, where do you go? It's YouTube, right?
Yeah, a lot of times.
People are out there, they're searching for answers, solutions, you name it.
Which means what you're saying is there's a huge opportunity to provide content that actually has value, that directly addresses a need, maybe that they can't find an answer to elsewhere.
Exactly. And Sunny calls this creating relevant content, which is basically understanding your ideal viewer. What are their needs, their pain points, those burning questions they're trying to get answered?
Okay, so how do we figure out what our viewers want, really? Because I feel like I spend hours just trying to guess.
That's where this whole concept of an ideal viewer comes in, which is it's not just some demographic, it's a deeper understanding. What are they aspiring towards? What are their struggles? Even their learning style.
So it's less about casting this wide net and more about a laser-focused message.
Exactly. And when you're consistent with that kind of targeted, relevant content, you're not only building up your authority, but you're attracting the right viewers.
Yeah.
The ones that are genuinely interested in what you have to offer.
And this is where it gets interesting, because those are the viewers who are primed to go beyond just the free YouTube videos. They're more likely to, invest in your expertise, take an online course.
Absolutely. That free content is dipping their toes in the water, right? It builds that trust. But paid courses, that's where they're really taking that next step. It's a structured path.
Okay, I like that analogy because it makes total sense. But creating a whole course seems so daunting. How do you package your knowledge in a way that feels valuable enough for someone to pay for it?
That's where her transformation statement comes into play, which basically defines that core value you offer, that journey you're taking your audience on.
Okay.
Think of it like a roadmap from point A to point B.
So it's not just an information dump, it's you're guiding them.
Exactly. And Sunny backs this up with some seriously compelling examples. Take Nate, for instance. He teaches people how to pass this certified management accountant exam.
That's pretty niche.
Right. But his very first video, he focused on a specific pain point for these aspiring accountants. He made over $600 in just 2 hours.
2 hours? See, this is what I'm talking about.
Right.
Or there's Solemn, who teaches German.
Yeah.
She made $10,000, her first $10,000 a month, with less than 1,000 subscribers.
It just goes to show that it's not about chasing those millions of views. It's about attracting the right 1,000.
The ones who are ready to invest in themselves to learn from an expert. You. I love this whole big fish in a small pond concept. It takes the pressure off.
Right.
You don't have to appeal to everybody, and it lets you focus more.
And Sunny gives us a framework for this, the content scaling funnel. It basically acknowledges that people are at different stages in, needing your expertise.
So someone at the top of the funnel might be just realizing they have a problem, whereas someone at the bottom is I need a solution now.
Exactly. And obviously the content is going to be different for each of them.
So how do you create content that guides them through without overwhelming them?
So she breaks it down into 3 main categories: evergreen, depth, and viral.
And evergreen, I'm guessing that's the workhorse.
You got it. Tutorials, tips, FAQs, that kind of stuff. Stays relevant. It's the foundation of your content, constantly bringing in those new viewers. Think of it like your 24/7 content machine.
Like that bread making video I watched last week that's got a gazillion views.
Exactly. Consistently providing that value. Now, depth content, that's where you build those relationships, you know? Think. Personal experiences, your unique insights.
So less quick tips, more like sharing your unique perspective, building that connection.
You got it. It's like that virtual coffee date, you know? Sharing your journey.
And then there's viral content. Sunny, she seems a bit cautious about chasing virality, which I find kind of interesting.
It is kind of funny when you think about, like, you know, the world of YouTube, right? But Sunny makes this point about going viral. Yeah, it brings in those views.
Which we all love.
Right, of course. But it's often, like, this really broad audience.
Yeah.
And they might not actually, you know, be that interested in your thing.
Right.
So it's like winning the lottery with an audience that doesn't, you know.
Doesn't need what you're giving.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's not about, like, avoiding it completely,
Right.
but just being more, I don't know, strategic maybe.
Strategic about it. So if it happens, awesome.
Yeah.
But if not, you know.
Right. Don't derail your whole strategy chasing it, you know, especially when you want that consistent income.
Totally.
It can really mess up that ecosystem.
That makes sense. Okay, so we've got our evergreen, our depth, and our viral content. How do we make sure all of this is actually like bringing in those paying customers?
That's where it gets, you know, down to the nitty gritty.
Okay.
Sunny dives deep on content optimization, development, all of that. But, and this is important, you don't need like some crazy Hollywood budget for any of this.
Like seriously. Because I've definitely gone down that rabbit hole.
Oh, yeah.
All the camera equipment, convinced I need that to succeed.
I feel you, but Sunny says it's all about delivering the value, that connection. She filmed her videos with like a webcam and natural light for a long time.
Okay, well that makes me feel better.
Right.
Yeah, that's reassuring. So what about like the actual content of the videos?
Every video needs a purpose.
Okay.
And a strong call to action.
Okay.
Like, think about it. What do you want them to do after the video? Sign up for the email list, watch another video. Be super clear.
Like a roadmap, kind of, leading them to that transformation.
Exactly. And optimization, that's key too.
Okay.
Those videos are like mini sales pages.
Ooh, interesting.
It's all about like what makes people click, you know?
Yeah.
So you need that title, the thumbnail, that engaging intro to hook them from the start.
So we're basically like becoming these experts in our audience and then positioning our content as that solution.
Yeah. But it's not just about YouTube, right?
Right.
You have to go beyond
Other platforms and stuff.
Yes. Website, Instagram, TikTok, wherever your people are. Oh, and the email list. So important.
Because that's ours, right? We don't own our YouTube channel, but
Exactly. That's your VIP club.
Yeah.
You give them that exclusive content, the behind-the-scenes stuff.
okay, I'm sold. How do we even get people to sign up, though?
You need those lead magnets, something irresistible. Sunny recommends checklists, ebooks, templates, that kind of thing.
So valuable, but free.
Right. And you nurture them through email marketing.
Not just like promotional emails, though, right?
Right. You got to provide that value, you know, build that trust.
Right. Stay top of mind, so when they are ready.
Yes. Nurture, nurture, nurture.
Nurture. Okay, got it.
Now, let's talk metrics. How do we actually measure success?
Because it's not just about views, right?
Oh. Sunny says, forget about those vanity metrics, followers, all that. Focus on these three: retention, CTR, and qualitative feedback.
Retention, so that's like, are they actually watching? Click-through rate, that's obvious, but what's qualitative feedback?
That's it, like getting in the comments section, seeing what's up.
Okay.
Are they engaged, thoughtful, or just, you know, whatever?
So reading between the lines, seeing how it lands.
Yeah. Are they asking questions, sharing it with their friends? Those are good signs.
This is making me think about my own channel differently. I've been so focused on just the views, but if I like shifted to this,
it can be huge. When you get those three right, you can actually start measuring success in dollars per subscriber, which is really interesting.
dollars per subscriber. Break that down for me.
So instead of like money per 1,000 views, you're looking at how much each subscriber is worth.
So if I have, say, 1,000 subscribers and I'm making $10,000, each one is worth $10.
Exactly. It's about that niche audience, you know?
Wow, that's powerful.
It's not about the algorithm anymore. It's about the business.
That's a huge shift. Okay, tell me more.
Don't underestimate longer videos either.
Longer, seriously.
Yeah.
With Like everyone's attention spans these days.
I know, right? But Sunny says those 10 to 20-minute ones, they attract higher quality viewers.
Because they're actually invested.
Yeah, like if someone's down to spend 15 minutes listening to you.
They're not just scrolling by.
Exactly. Think of it like, I don't know, a long letter versus a text message.
Right, totally.
Longer videos, you can really dive deep.
Yeah.
Build that trust.
It's all coming together. It's
Right.
about those genuine connections, the content,
Yeah.
really understanding your people. It's amazing. We started talking about hamster wheels, and now we're here feeling all inspired
Right.
to create awesome content and build a business from it.
That's a good deep dive for you. But you're right, Sunny's not messing around. It's about taking action.
For sure. What's like the biggest takeaway from all this for you, for our listeners?
I think it goes back to what we were saying about like shifting your mindset. You know,
Right.
it's not about chasing those views. It's about attracting the right people.
Right.
It's about sustainability, building something real.
Yes. And realizing that each person who subscribes.
Yeah. They're not just a number. They're part of your community.
Exactly.
And when you really get that,
Yeah,
it changes how you do everything.
totally. Building those relationships, becoming that go-to expert, that takes time.
It does. It takes consistency. And really understanding who you're talking to.
You got it.
It's like playing the long game, not just, trying to get rich quick.
The worst.
I know, right? But it's a message we all need to hear,
For sure.
especially online these days.
Absolutely. And it's something that, like, Sunny embodies, you know? She's not about those shortcuts.
Where?
It's about a proven framework, being authentic.
And wanting to actually, help people.
Yes.
That's what's so refreshing about this. It's not about, tricking the system.
Total.
It's about creating something that matters.
Exactly.
Oh,
Something
yeah.
that'll last. And Sunny leaves us with this thought. Focus on quality, not quantity.
I love it.
Just as that's, like, the key.
And it makes you think, not just for YouTube, but for everything.
Right.
How can we be more intentional about, who we're attracting into our lives, our businesses?
That's a great question. And on that note, we'll leave you to ponder that. Dive deep into your own thing, find your people, and remember, it's not about how many, it's about the impact you make.
Beautifully said. Keep learning, keep creating, and we'll see you in the next deep dive.